Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Grand Champions Polo Club. And we are getting ready. The players still under the tent, waiting for this little shower to go through. But I'm Steve Lane. I'll be sitting with you today, play-by-play, guiding you through this final game of the $100,000 World Cup by Audi. And what a game we have this afternoon. Mille going against Santa Rita. And when we get going, we have a break in the action. We'll let you know how these two teams arrived here in the finals. So Santa Rita is lining up on the south end, Mille on the north end, and the players are coming out. They have warmed up. Field looks amazing. The teams are chomping at the bit. The horses look fantastic. And we are getting ready to get underway right here. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back when the players are on the ponies and ready to go, and it looks like the rain is starting to slow down.
The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chucker TV, the only app you'll need to watch polo.
The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chucker TV, the only app you'll ever need to watch polo.
Welcome back, everybody, and that little bitty shower has passed us on by. We've got 4 players at the north end, 4 players at the south end, and they are going to parade out to the center of the field. In black today, we have Mille with Mark Ganzi playing number 1, Hedda Castanola playing number 2, Perotto playing number 3, and Lolo Castagnola bringing up the defense at number 4 for Santa Rita. In purple, we have Paquito de Narvaez, Alejandro Novillo Estrada at number 2, Torito Ruiz at 3, and Juan Martin Nero. This is the finals of the $100,000 World Cup by Audi, and the richest purse in the history of the Grand Champions Polo Club. So somebody is going to have a big payday today and be taking a big check to the bank tomorrow. So we'll wait for these players to arrive in the center of the field. We will have our national anthem. We'll allow the players to get off their parade ponies, and then we will get this game underway. We have a 22-goal team taking on a 23-goal team here this afternoon, and I think we're going to have one heck of a game out here today. This is the finals. We had 6 games in this tournament. 8 teams entered, single game elimination, and you had to win to stay in. If you lost, you were out of the tournament. So we just bring you up to speed for our new viewers on Chucker TV and at the Grand Champions Polo Club. So the players are in the center of the field, and ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats. Tom Blake will bring us the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well done. Thank you, Tom Blake. Tom Blake, known for his music here around the Wellington area, plays at lots of places. So at this time, we will have the introduction of our players, and we will do the purple team first. And playing number 1 for Santa Rita, rated at 1 goal, Paquito de Narvaez. Put your hands together for these players, folks. Playing number 2, rated at 8 goals, Torito Ruiz at 7 goals. Playing number 3 at 8 goals, the one and only, the man in the maroon helmet, Alejandro Novillo Estrada. And closing the back door, he's been the highest scorer in many games so far this season, rated at 8 goals, Juan Martin Zubia. For the Richard Mille team, playing number 1, the captain of the team at 2 goals, Mark Ganzi. Playing number 2 at 8 goals, Hector Castanola. And playing number 3, the young superstar at 6 goals, Peroto Cambiaso. And closing the back door for Richard Mille, the Hall of Famer at 6 goals, Lolo Castanola. And there are your 2 teams. And we have, as I mentioned, a 23-goal team with Santa Rita and a 22-goal team with Richard Mille. And we'll get that scoreboard going momentarily. There is a manual time clock as well, so we'll wait for these players to get off their parade ponies, get on their first chucker ponies, and come back to the field. Doing the umpire services today are Gaston Dorniak and Federico Martelli, 2 of the world-class umpires that the Grand Champions Polo Club has brought for their 2021 season. And up in the third man stand is the one and only Esteban Ferrari. And, of course, we do have a 4th official in the instant replay booth. There are challenges here in the finals of this game. And the challenge is, should the team disagree with one of the umpire's call, they can challenge the umpire's call. It will be reviewed by a 4th official in the booth at all different angles, and should that call be overturned, then the team will retain its challenge. Each team has 1 challenge per half, so it's use it or lose it. They do not roll over to the second half if you do not use them in the first half. And, of course, if the umpire's call stands, then that team will lose its challenge for that half. So waiting on the 2 last players to come back to center, and looks like Federico Martelli deciding which direction each team should go. They get to choose. They do a odd or even, and the winner gets to decide which direction they would like to go. So Santa Rita in purple, Richard Mille in black, and players just going to do a little circle, warm up these ponies who have been on the sidelines for the first period of play. And Federico Martelli on the far side, Gaston Dorniak on this side. The bowl-in is from the center to the boards. This tournament did start a week ago, this past Friday, on the 19th, on a Friday. And Casablanca defeated Hawaii Polo Life in that game by a score of 12-6. And then last Sunday, right here on this field, Santa Rita, the team in purple, defeated Dundas by a score of 14-12. So they stayed alive in their first game. And we'll get more of that when we have a break in the action. But right now, it looks like Santa Rita comes out with that ball. Head of Castanola with a back shot. Unable to get it to anybody. Lolo Castanola is going to pick up the loose ball. In comes Alejandro Novillo Estrada in the maroon helmet. Lolo riding off Alejandro. Lolo taking the ball forward, trying to be broke up by Paquito de Narvaez. Here is Martin Zubia, spanks a shot down the field, looking for Alejandro. Alejandro jumps out in front of Mark Gansey. He's got 3 horse lengths on him. Mark Gansey going to try and run him down. Alejandro not hearing any footsteps. Alejandro Novillo Estrada puts the ball right on through in 35 seconds in the game. What a goal by Alejandro. Mark Gansey running him down. Santa Rita jumping out front here, or 1 goal behind. Remember, Richard Mille, a tough team. They got 2 goals on handicap. So Santa Rita closing that spread by 1. So now the teams will change direction, and now Richard Mille will be going to your right and Santa Rita to your left, and that's so neither team has wind or field advantage. Here we go. Torito called off by Zubia. Zubia checks down. He's got Lolo Castanola going to stay back with him. Zubia hits a shot downfield looking for a purple jersey. Torito Ruiz out of the air. Torito with a little back shot towards goal. Peroto gets a piece of it, and Alejandro sends another one, a near side tail shot right through the goal. So a quick tie up right here. A score of 2-2 on the board. So Santa Rita, 2 unanswered goals right off the bat. Right here, closing that handicap. So, players come back to center. Now Santa Rita will be going to the right, to the south end of the field. And Richard Mille to the north. Head of Castanola comes out with a swing and a miss, but followed up by Peroto Cambiaso. Cambiaso doing some fancy mallet work right there. Torito Ruiz comes in, rides him off, takes the offside play. Now Peroto can't quite get a hold of it on the near side, neither can Estrada, but Head of Castanola going to dig that ball off the boards. Head of Castanola has to let Zubia clear. Castanola finding room to work. Castanola still on the ball. Castanola looking over his shoulder. Peroto Cambiaso's there. He fakes, giving it to, and we've got a quick whistle right there, and we'll see what the umpires decide on this play. But it looks like they're going to march towards the end for a penalty in favor of Richard Mille, and this looks like a penalty to 30-yard undefended shot. So the players do get to tee up the ball, and the defending team must be behind the back line, not between the goalpost, off the field. And, of course, the attacking team on this particular shot must be behind the ball, and the hitter may circle his pony, and that's called an approach, and there's only 1 approach and 1 hit or 1 hit at the ball. And it looks like Mark Gansey will do the honors. Mark Gansey puts that penalty 2 right on through. So, Richard Mille going ahead by 1 goal. And we are not even, we've had 3 goals scored, and we're not even halfway through the first period of play. So now Richard Mille will be going to your right towards the south end of the field. Santa Rita in purple going towards the left. And let's see who's next to score here in early stages of the first period. And Juan Martin Zubia, that man can pound the ball, and he did, and he does, and he sends it to Alejandro. Alejandro with the next shot on goal, and narrowly missing that goal on the right-hand side of the post. So the first knock in for Richard Mille, and Lolo Castanola, former 10-goal player, Argentine winner, and Hall of Famer, will bring the ball in. The umpires call play. Here's Lolo. Mark Gansey down front. Peroto going to break to the left. Now back towards center. Lolo still surveying the field, trying to find some room to work. Paquito de Narvaez staying back there with him. Lolo still looking, now told to use it by the umpires. He's going to got to hit or run with it, and look at Paquito ride Lolo off with a little near side back shot. Alejandro steals picks up that back shot, going once again towards goal. Alejandro's already scored once in this period. Can he do it again? Alejandro trying to work the ball towards goal. Sends it towards goal. It's deflected off a Pony, and Martin Zubia comes in with a near side neck shot for a goal. And wow, what a bunch of quick goals we have right here. 3 different players for Santa Rita putting goals on the board here in the first period, and it looks like when we get back, the umpires might blow the whistle for our first courtesy horse change of the day. And, of course, the courtesy horse change is to protect the animals. It's not for the players, but we like to keep our animals safe. The rules of polo were written, first of all, for the safety of the ponies and then for the safety of the players. So anyhow, the third game of this tournament was on Monday, a week ago tomorrow, where Richard Mille played performance polo, and Richard Mille was victorious 14-11 in that game. Then the next day, Beverly Equestrian, the lowest team in the tournament at 16 goals, received an 8-goal handicap against Great Oaks. And Great Oaks came out victorious in overtime with a final score of 16-15. So that brought Richard Mille and Casablanca to the semifinals, and also Great Oaks and Santa Rita to the semifinals. And Richard Mille played Casablanca, and that game was a nail-biter, an intense game, and Richard Mille came out on top over Casablanca 11-10. And Santa Rita, the team that you see in front of you in purple, defeated Great Oaks by a score of 9-8. So there you have it. That's how these two teams ended up here today on this beautiful field and in the running for the check of $100,000. So Paquito de Narvaez sends it down, but Peroto intercepts the ball. Peroto going to turn the ball to the right. This man has some stick work right here. 15-year-old superstar, but Alejandro Novicio Estrada picks up the loose ball, hits a back shot trying to find Paquito, but Lolo Casanola's there, can't quite get a handle on it. Paquito trying to work that ball towards goal. It's picked up by Torito Ruiz, and I believe we had a whistle on that play. The two umpires come together for discussion. We'll see what they decide, whether it's going to be a penalty in favor of Santa Rita or no goal, and Richard Mille hit going long. This field runs north and south. We have a southeasterly wind for those of you viewing on Chucker TV. So the north end of the field, should the players be hitting that way, might be a slight advantage with the wind at their back. So no goal declared on the play. Goal for Santa Rita. Yes, that is confirmed. They're coming back for a bowl-in, and I believe it was Torito Ruiz who scored that goal. So a score of 4-3, and here comes Torito once again out of the bowl-in, and he's going to send one down to Paquito. Paquito de Narvaez with a little dribble shot downfield, but it's intercepted by Heta Castanola, picked up by Peroto. Peroto tries to send it back over to Heta, unable to do so, and once again picked up by Torito. Look at this black pony he's on. Torito shoots towards goal, but just a little bit off to the left with 1:44 left on the clock. So Richard Mille will take a knock-in right here and try and do something a little bit different and get that ball down the field where they have an opportunity to score. So here is Heta Castanola. Heta looking downfield. Mark Gansey's going to break downfield on that chestnut pony with a bald face. Heta still keeping control. Peroto is going to come up and run interference on Torito. Here it is. Heta still maintaining ball control right here. Paquito de Narvaez comes in. A little bit too much angle. On a bump. Umpire's not satisfied with that play. So we'll see where they put the ball. And Gaston Dorniak pointing towards the south end of the field. Martelli having a few words with Lolo. And as long as the players come up and ask the umpire a call in a calm, cool, collected voice, then umpire's obliged to answer. However, if they come up with a lot of volume And not being a gentleman, polo is a gentleman's sport. It is a family sport, and it also is a pro-am sport. So penalty 5 from the center, penalty 5B in favor of Richard Mille. Lolo Castagnola brings that ball off the center line. Richard Mille drops it off to Rita Castagnola. Rita is going to work to the left. Still working to the left, has a lot of room. Going to send the ball downfield. It's deflected off a pony. Lolo can't quite get to it, but Torito Ruiz takes a stab at it on the near side, picked up by Peroto. Peroto Cambiaso shoots towards goal and sends that one right on through for Richard Mille. Peroto's first goal of the day. And will we get this ball in? If the ball is in the umpire's hands when the first horn sounds, then that will end chukker number 1. And right now, we've got a score of 4-4. There's the first horn. That's going to end chukker number 1. Nobody in the lead. 2 goals for Richard Mille. Stay with us on Chukker TV. We'll be right back after this brief break in the action. Welcome back, everyone, to Chukker TV and the Grand Champions Polo Club. I'm Steve Lane, sitting with you through this game, the finals of the $100,000 World Cup by Audi. Just waiting for a few more players to return the field, and we will get chukker number 2 underway. However, in the first chukker, Richard Mille receiving 2 goals on handicap, and then a penalty 2 scored by Mark Ganzi, and a goal from the field by Peroto Cambiaso, so that's their 4 goals. And Santa Rita had 3 players scoring from the field, 2 by Torito Ruiz, 1 by Alejandro Novillo Estrada, and 1 by Juan Martin Zubia. So a tie ball game so far, and we expect this game to be like that all the way through. Nip and tuck here and there, and both teams showing some handy horses and some fancy stick work right here. Mark Ganzi just trying to get his horse warmed up a little bit. They'll line up on Federico Martelli for the first bowl-in of the second period of play. And Richard Mille jostling their lineup just a little bit, sending Peroto up front, even though he's got a number 3 on his back, and Alejandro going up front as well, who's the first to put wood to the plastic, and it's Zubia and Peroto in there with a sword fight. However, the ball pops out. Here is Zubia with the back shot, neutralized by Rita Castagnola, turned by Zubia. Zubia and Castagnola come together. Zubia gives the ball to Alejandro. Alejandro breaks out of the pack on this gray pony. Alejandro sees Paquito de Narvaez downfield. It's off of Lolo's pony. However, Alejandro still gains control. Hits a neck shot downfield. Torito's going to blast on through, trying to get around Peroto Cambiaso. Torito can't keep a hold of the ball, hooked by Paquito de Narvaez. Torito going to turn that ball underneath his horse's neck to the left. And Alejandro coming in, and we are going to have a center hit in favor of Richard Mille. Polo field, 300 yards long by 160 yards wide, then a 30-yard safety zone on each end of the goal, and a 10-yard safety zone on each side of the boards. The horses are allowed to jump the boards and then go back onto the field. So if you took that yardage and figured it out by feet and then divided by 43,560, which is how many square feet in an acre, you would come up with 9.4 acres. That's the size of a polo field. So the ball's back in play. Lolo Castanola puts it in play off the center line. He's going to drop it off to his son, Rita Castanola. Rita Castanola had 8 goals on the move, bringing the ball down towards that Richard Mille goal. Looking for room. He goes left, now right. Hits a shot downfield, but it's deflected off a pony. He picks off his own deflection, and now it's going to be turned by Zubia. Juan Martin Zubia bringing that ball across the field. Off his cane of his mallet just a little bit. Torito with a neck shot down the field. Alejandro Novicio Estrada right in front of you with an offside, a near side play, now offside. Here comes Mark Gansey back, and we have an umpire's whistle right there for a blocking call, I do believe, and we'll see what the umpires decide. So we'll see what the umpires put the ball, and of course, should the 2 umpires disagree, there is a third man who is in radio communication with the 2 umpires. And one umpire might see a call one way, and the other umpire might see a call the other way. And it is up to the third man to decide who was right, who was wrong. So they have conferred with the third man. The third man has confirmed the call. So they are going to march down towards that Santa Rita goal, and we'll see where they put the ball. And I would assume that this would be an open goal penalty. Common foul shots in polo is a penalty 2, which is from the point of the infraction or 30-yard line. Penalty 3 is undefended as well from the 40-yard line. And then there's a 60-yard foul shot, which is defended. The defending team may line up all 4 players in front of the goal, however, must be 30 yards in front of the ball. And the offensive team on a penalty 4 can place themselves anywhere in front of the ball by the goal. So this is a penalty 3, undefended shot, and Alejandro Novicio Estrada will try and drag his team ahead by putting this between the uprights. Here's Alejandro. Alejandro puts that penalty 3 right on through. So Santa Rita taking a lead once again here in the second period of play by a score of 5-4. So the players will come back to the center of the field, line up on Martelli. Martelli will give the players back the ball. And Martelli puts the ball on the ground. Who's going to win this bowl in but Juan Martin Zubia. Zubia trying to outrun Casanola. Zubia with a long shot downfield. Here comes Rita Castanola trying to save that goal, and not enough time. That ball trickles on through. What a shot by Juan Martin Zubia. Hitting that ball from about 95 yards out at an angle through the goal, bringing his team up by 2 with 5:10 left in the period. So Richard Mille, down by 2, needs to gain a little momentum, get a little rhythm going here. And the ball's back on the ground and in play. Peroto Cambiaso with a back shot out to Mark Gansey. However, Alejandro Novicio Estrada is going to drag that ball forward and run the turn underneath his horse's neck on that gray pony. Mark Gansey comes in and bumps him off the play, which is a legal play in polo. Juan Martin Zubia turns the ball underneath his horse's neck. Zubia looking for room to work. Look at Torito right off Peroto Cambiaso. Zubia still maintaining control of the ball. Tries to send it downfield. Backed up by Torito Ruiz. Torito trying to find Paquito de Narvaez. Paquito rides off Rita Castanola, and a whistle on the play. So I think the umpires did not like that ride off right there. And we will see what they decide. Kind of look good from here. So we'll see what the umpires decide. They are going to confer with the third man. And while we're here, a couple players are going to change horses since there's a break in the action. And once we get word back from the third man, we will let you know what was called and what the result is. So I believe Santa Rita has challenged the call. So remember, if Santa Rita wins the challenge, they maintain their challenge for the rest of the half. Should the umpires call stand, then they will lose their challenge for the remainder of the half. However, we'll pick up another challenge in the second half of this game. So there's a fourth official who looks at the play from all different angles. So no foul declared on the play. So Santa Rita will maintain its challenge. So a great challenge, a good time to use it on a decisive call right there. So now the bowl in will be from the center to the boards. Gaston Dorniak waiting on all players to come back in the bowl in. And Dorniak zings the ball back in out in front of Gansey. However, Paquito de Narvaez comes up with it, given to Alejandro Novicio Estrada, but it's intercepted by Peroto Cambiaso. Cambiaso still on the ball, hitting that bouncing ball. This man can do it. He's a young and up-and-coming superstar at 15 years old. Peroto Cambiaso still maintaining control. Chased by Torito Ruiz, finally broken up. And here comes Alejandro. He sees Torito breaking downfield. Torito in the orange helmet. Alejandro in the maroon helmet. Sends a worm burner down. Can Torito get back on it? Torito's going to take the man and allow Heston and Zubia to come on through. Torito and Proto override each other. Paquito de Narvaez comes through and scores for the Santa Rita Polo team with a 3-goal lead right here. What nice teamwork by the Santa Rita team. Torito taking out a player. Alejandro sending it down the field. And Paquito de Narvaez coming in to back him up. And what a shot at an angle, sending it right on through the goal. A score of 7-4 with 3:12 left here in the second period. So the ball's back in play. Peroto Cambiaso rides off Alejandro. Peroto still working the ball towards the south end of the field. Peroto still working it. Alejandro comes up and steals the ball. The ball a little bit wide. Alejandro going to turn that ball into the corner. Alejandro now ridden off and bumped by Peroto. Peroto gains an edge on the ride-off. Peroto has Alejandro on his hip, on his offside. Peroto playing cat and mouse, zigging and zagging, trying to get around. Torito Ruiz comes in as well. Now, Torito and Peroto come together. Torito on the near side. And backed up by once again by Paquito de Narvaez. Alejandro sending the ball down to Torito. Off to the left-hand side. Will it stay on the field? Torito does a little back shot over to Alejandro. What a nice pass. What a nice play. However, just a little bit wide of that left-hand post, and Santa Rita is clicking like a well-oiled machine right here. So 2:05 left in the second period. All members of the Santa Rita team scoring here in the first two chukkers. So a little timeout while we change, and so far this period, Richard Mille unable to score, and Paquito de Narvaez scoring here in the second chukker. Alejandro Novicio Estrada scoring on a penalty 3, and Juan Martin Zubia scoring from a 95-yard neck shot on the board, sending it through the post, now leading 7-4. Santa Rita in purple, Richard Mille in black. So we'll wait on Zubia to come back. He'll just jump from the back of one pony to the back of the other, which he has done. And then he'll canter back out onto the field. And Richard Mille, couple players changing horses. Of course, it was at their end of the field. The Richard Mille camp at the north end, Santa Rita at the south end. 2:05 remaining here in chukker number 2. So Richard Mille would like to take this ball all the way down coast to coast and put it through the goal. And the umpires call play. Lolo Castanola off the back line. Castanola looking for a player downfield. Look how all these players are marked up. Everybody has a man. Alejandro going to wait on head of Castanola. Peroto Cambiaso running interference on Alejandro. Alejandro in the maroon helmet for Santa Rita. Head of Castanola drops it off for Peroto. Peroto going to take it to his right and try and outrun Alejandro. Now spanks a shot downfield looking for Lolo Castanola, former 10-goal player, being ridden by Paquito de Nervai. Lolo looking over his shoulder. Paquito still putting pressure on him. Rides Lolo over the boards. Torito turns it back towards the inside of the field. And we've got a whistle right there on the play, so we don't want to second-guess what the umpires call here, but saw something that they did not favor. So the two umpires will confer on the play. Gaston Dorniak, Federico Martelli come together for a discussion. And they will confer with the third man, Esteban Ferrari. So, no foul declared on the play. We'll have a bowl in right there where the ball was when the whistle was blown, from the center to the boards. And Federico Martelli in the center of the field with the ball in hand. Once the players give a clean lineup, he'll put it back in play, and that's what's happened right here. And Head of Castanola, the first to put wood to the ball. Head of Castanola trying to get out of that pack. Torito Ruiz right there with him, trying to break up the play. Header rakes it back, now goes forward. Here comes Paquito, and we've got an umpire's whistle right there. So I'm sure that this one is going to go in favor of Richard Mille. So Alejandro not moving. So Santa Rita, Paquito de Narvaez coming in front of Lolo. Santa Rita did not believe the call, so they're going to challenge this call. That will go to the fourth official in the booth, who has an end zone camera to look at, an end zone camera on each end, has the drone, and also the center camera. So the drone, in many times, looking at polo through God's eyes, is the determining factor in a lot of these plays, and it is determined. A foul is confirmed. So Santa Rita will lose their challenge for the remainder of this half. They won a challenge, they lost a challenge. So a penalty two in favor of Richard Mille, and that ball is going to be good according to the umpire, and that's why the umpires get back behind the post. Goal judge on one post, umpire on the other. And it appears there's some discussion, so we'll stop the clock on that play. And that is going to be an umpire trigger on that play, and sometimes it's very difficult to tell, but mostly used is the drone on these kind of plays. The drone lines up behind the hitter, and the end zone camera is offset to protect the videographers. And should the drone be conclusive, the umpire was standing right behind the post, and he ruled it good. Should the drone be 100% conclusive, then the instant replay official will overrule the call made on the field. So Santa Rita was not convinced that was a goal. Richard Mille was. So our instant replay official will make that final call. And for those of you here at the field, you can see the drone on the field. For those of you on Chucker TV, get the benefit of seeing polo from the drone. And of course, Chucker TV, the latest in technology and the only free live broadcasting company in the world from the Chucker TV family. So this is an important goal right here. So it's rule to goal there on the field. So the umpire's decision stands on that call with a score of 7-5. And Rita Castanola putting that one right on through here with 15 seconds till the warning horn. And a back shot out of there by Zubia. It's in a cluster on the far side. Peroto Cambiaso comes out with it. Peroto trying to work that bouncing ball. Paquito de Narvaez with a back shot over to Alejandro. And Rita Castanola comes in for the write-off, and the horn is before the whistle. So that is going to end Chucker number 2. We'll see what the umpires decide when we come back for the beginning of Chucker number 3. And you are here live on Chucker TV at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Chucker TV. And Lillian Heiner says, wow, what a way to start. 3 goals in the first period of play, and she's absolutely right. We've got a hot game going on here this afternoon with a score of 7-5 in favor of Santa Rita. So we ended with an umpire's whistle on that play, and now the Richard Mille team is going to challenge that call. And the reason why it's challenged right now is because when a call ends the period, the whistle ends the period, the umpires do not announce the call until the beginning of the next period. So once Richard Mille has returned to the field and heard the umpire's call, they have 15 seconds to challenge that call. So the instant replay official will once again look that play over, and this will be the 3rd challenge of the first half. First one won by Santa Rita, second one lost by Santa Rita, and this is the first challenge of the Richard Mille polo team in the black jerseys. So once we hear word back from the instant replay official, we will certainly send that information to you. So that challenge was about the ball placement, and I'll tell you what that is. The umpires were going to move that to a penalty 4 instead of the spot. Richard Mille challenged the ball placement, or penalty selection as it is known. Both terms are interchangeable, and the instant replay official came back and said spot hit. So this is a penalty 5A from the spot. So Richard Mille winning their first challenge of the first half. They still retain their challenge for the remainder of the third period. So Juan Martin Zubia is going to bring that ball back in play with a couple of taps. Rita Casanola staying back with him in a worm burner down the field, looking for a purple jersey. Paquito de Narvaez gets a little piece of that ball. Mark Ganzi tries a back shot. Paquito with a second shot. However, that ball dangerously on the doorstep of the Santa Rita goal. Dug out of there by Rita Casanola. Rita sends it down. That's Lolo, Send up to Zubia. Zubia gets by Ganzi. Now Zubia going to turn the ball to the right. Ganzi looking for a turning call. It doesn't come. Zubia on the ball. Zubia breaks out front. He has time to check down, look over his shoulder, and now takes a shot through the goal for the 8th goal of the Santa Rita Polo team. Starting out the third period of play. Yep. And now, some unhappiness with one of the Richard Mille players. So we will have a technical. And unsportsmanlike conduct. So instead of a bowl-in, looks like we are going to have a center hit in favor of Santa Rita. So that ball must be behind. We do not have the Cats 2-point challenge here in the finals, only in the World Polo League. In the Cats 2-point challenge for those of you for the rest of the season, on a play like this, a penalty from the center, behind the center, or a ball out of bounds behind the center, or a penalty 5A behind the center, should a player hit the ball directly off the mallet and through the goal, then that goal will count as 2 points instead of 1. And Juan Martin Zubia does have that ability to send that ball 170 yards down the field, but no 2-point play today. Zubia sends a screamer down the field and reaches short. Torito Ruiz picks the ball up on the near side on the bounce. Can he keep it on the field? And no, that ball is going to trickle over the back line where Richard Mille will take a knock in. And Lolo Casanola has been doing those services for the team in the black. Lolo brings the ball back in. Rita is going to break to the left. Paquito de Narvaez playing an outstanding game here this afternoon. And Lolo maintaining possession here. Going to drop it off to 8-goal Rita. His son Rita. Horse runs over the top of the ball just a little bit, but Rita picks it up off the boards. Rita on the offside, now the near side. Trying to get by Juan Martin Zubia, also rated at 8 goals. Rita leaves it for Peroto. Peroto hooked. Mark Ganzi comes in front. He gets by with that. Now a back shot by Ganzi. Sent across the center of the field. Paquito de Narvaez going to leave it for Zubia. Paquito going to go downfield. Zubia still maintaining possession. Zubia able to get back to the offside, play that ball. Lolo Casanola is going to go back for a back shot. He gets a little bit of it. Paquito also does too. Torito Ruiz coming on through. Ridden by Rita Casanola. Torito going for a near side neck shot. Peroto Cambiaso and Rita both going back to save that goal. Ball from rolling through. Rita Casanola going to check down. Rita still working with the ball. Rita on the offside. Rita jumps out front, gets that ball, and has a little bit of a leg on Paquito de Narvaez. But Paquito still now staying right with him, forcing him to take the near side play and lose the ball. And what a back shot by Juan Martin Zubia. Alejandro Novillo Estrada read that play and is on a breakaway. A little stick and ball session fear for Alejandro. Lolo Casanola coming back to put pressure on him, but it's not going to do any good as Alejandro is going to score his 3rd goal of the day. What a play by the Santa Rita squad. What a back shot by Juan Martin Zubia. Zubia, near side back shot up in the air, and before he ever even backed the ball, Alejandro Novicio Estrada was breaking downfield to put that ball through the uprights. And we will have our final courtesy horse change of the half. So Richard Mille unable to score here early in this third period of play. 1 goal last chukker on a penalty, 2 by Hede Castanola. In the last chukker, 1 goal by Paquito de Narvaez, a penalty, 3 by Alejandro Novicio Estrada, and a goal from the field by Juan Martin Zubia. And in this chukker, a goal by Alejandro, which we just saw, and a goal by Juan Martin Zubia. So, 2 goals from the penalty line for Richard Mille, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and only 1 goal from the penalty line in the second chukker for Santa Rita. All other 8 goals coming from the field. So Santa Rita came out to play polo today and are doing a great job. So once again, players line up on Federico Martelli. And here comes Heda. He slaps one downfield, but only a purple jersey going back. Alejandro outrunning Mark Gansey to get there. Heda Casanola picks up the ball on the near side. Heda Casanola trying to maintain possession. Peroto comes in to run right off a defender behind. Heda Casanola drops it back to Peroto. Peroto surveys the field, tries to send a little pass back to Heda, but it's deflected off Pony. Peroto's going to take his own shot. It's deflected and off a mallet. So we are going to have a penalty 6, which in polo is a safety, just like a corner kick in soccer. The defending team knocking it over their own back line. So now the ball will come straight out from where it went over the back line, 60 yards out, no more than 40 yards from the center of the field. And they will have a free hit to score this goal. So Heda Casanola carefully looking for some ground, maybe a divot to tee the ball up on. The players are not allowed to alter the surface of the field or make a tee. But however, if there's a little clump of grass there or a divot, they are allowed to push that divot down and use it to tee the ball up. And in this case, they want to get the ball high up in the air between the goalposts so it is undefendable by any of the Santa Rita team. Here is Heta. Heta, high lofting shot, but it's going to be to the right. So unfortunately, unable to capitalize on that penalty 6 safety. So Santa Rita leading by 4 is going to bring the ball in off the back line. Juan Martin Zubia playing a great defensive back this afternoon, centered over to Alejandro. Alejandro looking for Zubia. Little give and go by the 2 8-goal players. Here is, Zubia unable to control it, and Heda Casanola is going to check down. Heda Casanola looking for a player to go out front. He's going to keep it over here away from Alejandro. He's got to take it to the center at some point. Peroto going to break towards center. Lolo Casanola, Mark Gansey over in the center of the field. Look at Paquito de Narvaez. What a play he has made right there, breaking it up from the young superstar. A neck shot by Torito. Alejandro unable to come in. Paquito does. However, Alejandro's going to say, I didn't do that because I didn't want to get whistled, and you did. But you know what? If you're not fouling, you're not trying. So it looks like a free shot in favor of Richard Mille. So is this going to be from the 60 or the spot? And it is going to be from the spot. This was a defensive play. Now had the Richard Mille player had a back shot to a player, it would be an offensive play and it would go to a penalty 4. Heda Casanola puts that ball back in play quickly into Torito's horse. Peroto's going to come and back him up. Now Torito has to give way and the right away. Torito brings it on back, looking for a free shot at goal, doesn't have one. Now he's going to take a shot, lofting it over some players, but Alejandro Novicio Estrada there with a near side back shot, taking it out of danger. Torito quickly going to jump on that ball for a next shot. Heda Casanola collects it on the near side. Now the offside, going to work the ball towards goal. He's got to get around Estrada. Heda Casanola, look at Paquito, comes in, hooks the play, but Rita Castanola going to send it on through, bringing his team up to be behind by only 3. So what a goal by the Richard Mille squad. Right there, the score of 9-6 with 1:35 left on the clock here in the first half here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. So this could be the final bowl-in on that side. Next half, we will come to this side for the bowl-in. So Martelli gives the ball back to the players. Here is Zubia. Zubia turns the ball quickly. Lolo Castanola staying back with him. Now Zubia, 8 goals, working against 6 goals. Oh, and his pony kicks it back, but he's going to recover. Torito's going to ride Lolo out behind the play. Peroto's going to come back and help out Lolo. Zubia's going to hammer the ball downfield. Here is Rita Castanola, the only one back. Alejandro's going to wait and see what he does. A little bitty back shot. He's going to turn on his own back shot, and you don't see that very often, but that just shows you the quickness and the handiness of these ponies. And here comes Lolo in for a bump. And a write-off by Zubia. Lolo did not like that. So we'll see what the umpires decide right here on this play. And the umpires come together for a talk. And it didn't look that bad to me, but I'm not out there, and you hear different things. So the umpires have confirmed the call. Lolo is out front, and 4 things that determine the ball placement for our newcomers here at Grand Champions is, number 1, the danger or severity of the foul. Number 2 is the location of where the foul took place on the field. Number 3 is the location of the players on the field. And the 4th thing was frequency. How many times did that team or that same player make that same foul? So in this case here, Lolo had nobody between him and the goal except the player who fouled him. And therefore, the ball gets moved beyond center down to a 60-yard defended penalty 4. Peroto Cambiaso, very good at these penalty 4s. And here is Peroto. Peroto, it's up, 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 and wide to the left. So that ball is out of play. We've got 5 seconds till the first horn. So we'll see if Santa Rita can bring this ball in before and no, and that is going to end Chucker, or first half of polo, Chucker number 3 with a score of 9-6 in favor of Santa Rita. Don't go away. We'll have our halftime breakdown in just a minute when we come back live on Chucker TV. Welcome back, everyone, to Chucker TV and the Grand Champions Polo Club. I'm Steve Lane, and I'm here with Esteban Ferrari. And Esteban is the third official in today's game. And Esteban, who have you got being the best player so far today?
I think Paquito de Narvaez is the best player in the first period, no? You know?
Paquito.
Paquito, sí. He's
He
incredible.
He's made some
really
amazing
good.
plays, hasn't he?
It's amazing.
Yep. How about the speed of this game? What do you think's going on here? Is this high goal polo?
Yes, I think it's 20, 26, 20, 28, 24. It's a good polo, I think.
It's good polo, and what allows that is good fields and good horses. This is the third game that this field has seen, so Grand Champions Polo Club doing a great job of providing great fields as always. And
I think it's a really good match. It's 9-6, pero I don't know what happened in next
the next half. Anything could happen, couldn't it? And how about you? If the umpires, we've had some challenges, and if they come to you on call, all of them.
No, the umpires come to me one time, and then I think 3 challenges, and 1 tiger in the goal post.
One trigger. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
one
right. I
trigger,
forgot
one
about
trigger.
the trigger and the drone unable to tell on that
Yes.
play. But the umpires, and of course, if the umpires can't determine, then if the IRO can't determine, then the umpires call stands.
Yes.
And you've been in the saddle many times, and you'll be in the saddle this week. And how about the intensity of this game, the electricity, the
No, we have hard games in the World Polo League. It's really hard.
really hard games? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. There you have it from inside the boards. And Esteban, thank you for joining us as always. And we'll go back to Chucker TV. I'm Steve Lane. Don't go away.
Thank you,
Stay with
Steve.
us. Welcome back, everybody, to the Grand Champions Polo Club and Chucker TV. Thank you for going out and stomping those divots for us. It makes the game faster, better, less bouncing balls, and the players sure appreciate it. And look at the field afterwards and look at it now. And we are underway, and we've got a whistle right off the bat here. So we'll see what the umpires decide. Here, a score of 9-6. Santa Rita being explosive here this afternoon. So it looks like this penalty will be in favor of Santa Rita. And the umpires so far doing a great job today. 3 challenges in the first half. Okay. So Santa Rita, the benefactor here on a penalty 5B from the center of the field. Zubia with the wind at his back. This man can powder a ball, and he has done it once again, sending a long shot downfield, looking for Paquito de Narvaez. That ball's right in front of goal. However, Peroto is hooked on the play. Alejandro Novicio Estrada comes through, rakes that ball forward, and sends another one right on through for Alejandro's 4th goal of the day. So now Santa Rita in double digits, 10-6 here early in the 4th period. Gaston Dorniak, and we have swapped directions of the Bull-ins as we do after every half. Once again, Alejandro Novicio Estrada, and he is caught right there. Mark Ganzi riding out that turning foul right there. So we will double check with the umpires and see what they decide. Hate second guessing them or swaying their opinion. But turning to the right with an opponent coming directly behind is a foul. It's just like you driving down the road and somebody slams on their brakes and turns to the right in front of you. Then that would be a foul as well. So Lolo Castanola dribbles the ball in, brings it in a little bit. Head of Castanola picks up the loose ball. He doesn't get the shot he wanted. Torito Ruiz tries to keep it going, but Peroto, good thing he's there to back up. He slows things down. Going to drop it back off to Head of Castanola, the highest rated player on the Richard Mille team. And we probably should get into handicaps at some point. But Head of Castanola goes back and picks up his own drop ball, working the ball towards goal. Heda just out front of Juan Martin Zubia. Head of Castanola carrying that ball right on through for his 3rd goal of the day. One from the 30-yard line, one from the field. This is his 2nd goal from the field, bringing his team within 3 goals. So desperately needing some goal shots here. 9-6 of the half, 10-7 shortly thereafter here early in checkered number 4. Gaston Dorniak zings the ball back in. Who's the first to come out with it? Once again, Head of Castanola, but Alejandro has his number. The man in purple with the maroon helmet, number 3. Ooh, a back shot, but it's deflected. Picked up by Zubia. Zubia with a back shot of his own. It's off a pony as well, but it's picked up by Torito Ruiz. 7 goals on the move. Torito unable to connect with it. And a whistle right there, a turning foul. Another one, and not enough time on that play. So, that's a turning foul, and we've said it many times, on those types of fouls, there's always other options. It's not a foul to turn the ball. It's a foul to make an abrupt line change and follow that line change. So you have the option of hitting a back shot, turning the ball underneath your horse's neck, or turning the ball to the right, staying straight, allowing your opponent to clear, and then if nobody else is coming on that abrupt line change, then following it. So that ball moved down to a penalty 4, 60-yard defended penalty shot. And notice how the umpires line right up behind the ball after this player passes, and that's why the umpires are able to make the call. Should there be a question, is if the ball is wide or over the top of a post. Head of Castanola, no problem there, and that ball might bring rain. It's in the next county, and it's good for a score at the 60-yard line. For Zubia's 4th goal of the day. So all players coming back, 11-7. 11-7. Here is Alejandro. Tries to get the ball out of the bowling, but hooked by Cambiaso. Oh, and we've got a quick whistle right out of the bowl in. Alejandro can't believe it. And no foul declared on the play, so the players come back and we'll do a bowl in. right here. So, and that's an example of one umpire calling the foul, the other umpire disagreeing. They go to the third official, and the third official makes the final decision. So no challenge on the play, just a call to the third man. Third man should be positioned in the best visible area possible on the field. So another quick whistle out of the bowl in, and we'll wait to determine what they decide before we make any accusations one way or the other. So it looks like this time Richard Mille is going to have a free hit from behind center line. And Rita Casanola quickly puts that ball back in play. Rita Casanola working the ball down the left-hand side of the field. Rita brings it back towards center. Alejandro there to defend, but has to give way. Rita Casanola playing cat and mouse. Now Father Lolo sends it back over to Rita. Rita able to get that chestnut pony with the ball face back on around. Rita still running the turn, hitting the ball out of the air, and a little riding into the swing right there into the right of way. And it looks like this might be an open goal in favor of Richard Mille. And for you newcomers, that ball creates an imaginary line from where it's hit at, from where it's hit to, and then beyond. And the line of the ball determines who has the right of way. Polo is a right-handed game. No more left-handers. Not allowed to play polo left-handed anymore unless you were grandfathered in before 1974. So when we talk about the offside and the near side, the offside is the right-hand side of the pony, and the near side is the left-hand side of the pony, since that's the side that you bridle and saddle, tighten the girth, and most of the work is done on the left-hand side of the pony. Therefore, it's called the near side. Unlike a dog, you walk a dog on your left, walk a horse on your right. So just waiting on one player to change ponies. And Alejandro Novillo Estrada on his way back. These ponies are fed, bred, trained, exercised for the sport of polo. Many of them love the sport of polo. And when you see them running down the field and they've got their ears laid back, they have confidence in the footing. So, Rita Casanola will take this penalty too. Here is Rita. Rita Casanola putting that penalty two right on through for his fourth goal of the game. Second of the chucker. Third goal from the field. Or, excuse me, second penalty shot. 2 goals from the field. So, Richard Mille crawling back into this game. Santa Rita letting a couple goals slip away. And here is Lolo Casanola out the back door. Can't control that bouncing ball more than once. And Torito Ruiz picks it up on the offside, then the near side. Rita Casanola takes a little stab at it, but Juan Martin Zubia comes back. He's going to turn that ball back around. Rita Casanola is going to stay there with him. Zubia sends a shot downfield, and look at Ruiz break through there. Ruiz once on the bounce, then out of the air. He's got to jump on Peroto. Peroto tries to catch him, but Torito Ruiz taking that pass once on the bounce, once out of the air, sending it right on through to answer Richard Mille's penalty 2 for a score of 12-8. And that is Torito's third goal of the game. 2 in the first chukker, now scoring here in the fourth. So Gaston Dorniak, one of the mannered officials, waiting on all players to return to the center of the field. Gaston slings the ball back in. Who's going to come up with it? But Paquito de Narvaez sending it down the field. What a game he is having here this afternoon. And here is Rita Casanola. Rita turns the ball. Watch these ponies, folks. They are handy. They are quick. They are beautiful. Here comes Rita Casanola. He's got that pony picking him up and putting down. She is striding on out. He's unable to control that bouncing ball. But Torito, he's able to turn that ball around. He's got Zubia. He sends a little pass over to Zubia, but Rita is going to ride him off and steal that ball. Rita Casanola. Now Zubia trying to catch him, unable to get a hook on. Rita unable to control the bouncing ball. But Peroto comes through, backs him up. Peroto tells Rita to leave it. I got it. Peroto working the ball towards goal. And we've got a whistle right there on the play. And we'll see what the umpires decide. So we'll see what they decide as they come together. And should they disagree, they will come to the third man. Should the team that the foul's called against disagree, they will, or have the ability, the option, to challenge the call. So 6 goals scored here in the fourth period with a little under 2 minutes left. And it looks like Richard Mille is going to have another opportunity at an undefended 30-yard penalty two. And Rita waiting for Mark Gansey to come back on the field. Here is Rita Castanola. Rita Castanola putting that one right on through. 30-yard undefended shot. Rita's third goal of the period, 5th of the game. So Richard Mille behind by 3. They were behind by 3 at the half, so we're remaining even so far. However, the clock's still ticking down. So, a quick whistle out of the bowl in. Players standing still on that one, so the umpires looks like they are deciding on, and one of the players wants to challenge that call, so we will wait to see what is challenged. And once we find out, we will bring word to you. Okay, so there was a foul blown against Santa Rita, and the two umpires agreed on a spot hit, penalty 5A from the spot. Richard Mille team thought it should be a 60-yard shot, so they challenged the ball placement of the two umpires, and the instant replay official did agree with the two umpires. Now, I must say at this point in time, that the instant replay official, just like in our American football or basketball, must have 100% evidence to overturn the two officials' calls. If they are not 100% sure or don't have that evidence, then, of course, the umpire's call will stand, and that is the case right here, right in front of you here today. So just waiting on Torito, who led a pony off, get back on the field. And then Richard Mille will take this ball about 145 yards from goal. And the umpire calls play. Rita Castanola brings the ball back live. Rita Castanola, little flip shot over to Peroto. Peroto going to send one over to the center, looking for Lolo Castanola. And, of course, Mark Gansey's going to jump in there as well. But Juan Martin Zubia comes out of the pack ahead of everybody. Peroto Cambiaso breaking down the center of the field. So is Torito Ruiz. Zubia still working that ball, not allowing another player to get to it. And Rita Castanola comes in, breaks it up. Paquito de Narvaez comes through with a shot on goal. And this is a one-goal player making his debut here in the high goal this winter at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And that is going to end Chucker number 4, Paquito de Narvaez, second goal of the game. 4 goals that Chucker by Santa Rita and 3 for Richard Mille. And don't go away. Stay with us live on Chucker TV.
When the sun goes.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chucker TV and the Grand Champions Polo Club, and we have got a game for you going on right here. A score of 13-9 in favor of Santa Rita, and the players all back very quickly. The umpires ready, just waiting on the field crew to get off the field, and we are underway. The ball's back in play, and Torito Ruiz gets that ball out of the bowl in and sends a back shot down the field. However, Jetta Casanola, the first to get there and back the ball back down the field. Alejandro Novicio Estrada puts back shot. It's deflected into a pony. And Lolo Casanola is going to pick up the ball on the near side. Lolo on the near side, now the offside. Lolo taking the ball over to the far boards. Tries to hit a neck shot past Estrada, but unable to do so. Estrada on that gray pony. Lolo on that black pony. Hits a back shot. Paquito de Narvaez told to leave it by Zubia. Zubia trying to get around Peroto. Turns the ball back in. Does a little flip shot back to Estrada. And wow, this Santa Rita team is playing really well today. And we've got an umpire's whistle. And Paquito de Narvaez just crossing that line and that right away. So I believe Richard Mille will have a penalty 5A from the spot. Head of Casanola going back. He's been taking these shots all day and quickly brings the ball back in. He was ready. Caught the other team flat-footed just a little bit. Head of Casanola trying to work that ball towards goal. It pops out front for Mark Ganzi. Mark Ganzi tries to take a cut shot. Unable to do so, but Estrada brings that ball on the near side. Being ridden by Head of Casanola. Peroto's going to come up and dig that ball off the boards. Peroto turn the ball, taking it forward. Trying to find some room to work. Leaves it for Head of Casanola. Head of Casanola's turning around on top of the ball, but no defending player there, so Head of Casanola working the ball on the near side. Martin Zubia, or Juan Mar Zubia, staying with him. Alejandro Novicio Estrada takes that ball into neutral territory in the corner, now trying to get around Head of Casanola. Zubia there as well. Peroto Cambiaso comes in, puts it over by the boards. He and Hedda both there. Hedda looking for room to work. They're just barely off the back line. Hedda trying to get around Alejandro. Hedda, first right, then to the left. Alejandro has to give way. Umpire's going to say use it. Hedda drops his horse's head. Estrada staying right with him. Now Zubia comes in, breaks up the play, and what a play it is. Peroto steals it from Zubia. Peroto running the turn to the right, trying to get around Paquito. Now offside near side, and he's broken up by, and a whistle on the play. So we'll see what the umpires decide right here, what fast action down there in that corner. So Gaston Dornier, Federico Martelli coming together, and they have a brief conversation, and we'll see where they end up with this ball. 13-9 here. Not quite halfway through the fifth right yet. So it looks like It is going to be a penalty shot in favor of Santa Rita. Juan Martin Zubia quickly jumps on that ball and puts it back in play. He's looking for teammates down the field. A little bit of a wind gust coming up, but this man can powder the ball. He slips by Lolo Casnola. Zubia with a shot up against the boards. Luckily, it stayed on the field, and he can continue his run. Torito Ruiz jumping back in behind. Once again up along the boards. Here comes Zubia. Zubia going to dig the ball off the boards. Peroto's going to check down and play defense. Torito Ruiz going to fall in behind. Zubia unable to get that ball into the center. Now up against Peroto, and that ball is going to roll over the back line. What effort by that Santa Rita team. Just unlucky to put that ball back over in the center where Alejandro Novillo Estrada was. So 8 goals waiting for an opportunity to score, but 7 goals unable to put it there. So Richard Mille will once again bring the ball back in play. And it looks like, are we doing a courtesy horse change here? I don't believe so. Nope, just Richard Mille having a little bit of discussion, wanting to group and get a plan of attack together. And Peroto Lolo Casnola sends it over, unable to reach a teammate, picks up his own pass, still able to get that ball back on the offside. And Paquito de Narvaez comes in. Peroto's going to go behind him. Peroto looking for room to work, and they've given it to him. Peroto still on the ball. Alejandro on that gray pony's going to stay back with him. Peroto sends a pass over to Rita Castagnola. Rita Castagnola unmarked, found the open space. Torito Ruiz going to come in and put on some pressure. Castagnola checks down, going to send it back over the field to Father Lolo, but it's intercepted by Zubia. Zubia and Alejandro Novillo Estrada in line, headed downfield. Torito Ruiz breaking towards the center. Head of Casnola's going to come over and ride Zubia. Zubia called off by Estrada. Estrada once again on the ball. Estrada going to drop it now to Zubia. And wow, what teamwork between these two players right here. This team is clicking very, very well today. Zubia still on the ball. Zubia now is going to take a deep neck shot towards goal. Has he overcut it? Yes. And Mark Ganzi going to come in, called off by Peroto. Peroto sends it up to Ganzi. Ganzi on that little chestnut pony, letting it fly. Ganzi along the boards. He's got 3 horse lengths on Estrada. Don't count Ganzi out. You play him for a miss, you could be making a mistake. And just as I say that, Estrada with a back shot for Torito. Torito, what is going on here? Torito with a breakaway, but head of Casanola changing horses and now can meet the play. Zubia and Torito sees head of Casanola. He's going to run interference, and there is Zubia. Flips it underneath, stolen by head of Casanola, and we've got a whistle on the play. What action by both teams, and what a game we've got going on here with 3:14 left here in the 5th. So we'll have a courtesy horse change right here, right now. And we'll see what the umpires come up with. They probably won't announce it till all the players are back on the field. So here in the 5th, anybody's ball game at this time. So nobody able to score yet in the 5th period. So we had a score of 13-9 at the end of the 4th. Still 13-9 here in the 5th. Umpires waiting on players to come back with fresh ponies. Then they'll announce what their call was. And don't forget to stick around for the trophy presentation. Grand Champions Polo Club, always 10 goals when it comes for trophies for these events. And, of course, don't forget the $100,000 check for today's winners will receive $100,000. This is the $100,000 World Cup by Audi. The top 2 teams in front of you today. And the Santa Rita team eagerly awaiting. And Peroto has gone behind the goal, so this looks like it's going to be a penalty 2 in favor of Santa Rita. But we'll wait to be sure on that. So Yeah, Sharon Robb wants to say Paquito, a one-goaler. Yeah. Emilio Garcia Riza. So, Sharif Shaley, Opa, and here is Juan Martin Zubia, puts that ball out on Lake Worth Road right through the goal to bring his team one more goal ahead on a penalty 14-9. Right here, Richard Mille still looking to get on the scoreboard in this period. So now, Santa Rita in purple on your right. Richard Mille in black on your left. Richard Mille going towards south goal. Lolo Casanola gets that ball out of the bowl in. Lolo with the next shot, trying to find Gansey. What a nice pass to Gansey. Gansey on the line of the ball and the right away. He's all by himself going towards goal. However, Alejandro is going to put pressure on him and backed up by Head of Casanola. Head of Casanola picks up the loose ball and answers the goal just scored by Santa Rita. So Head of Casanola's sixth goal of the day, third from the field, so that gap remains the same. So each team, bang, bang, goals here in the latter part of the fifth period of play. 2 minutes left on the clock. Gaston Dorniak puts the ball back in play. Here is Torito. Torito over against the boards, being ridden and shoved by Peroto Cambiaso. Torito gets the next shot off. Who's going to be the next to get to it? Who's got the pony power? Torito Ruiz with a shot on goal. And wow, what a shot. Just missing that goal on a next shot. Outrunning Peroto Cambiaso. Taking the ball out of the bowl end. 1, 2, 3 shots towards goal and just barely missing. Lolo Casanola brings the ball in off the back line, being followed by Mark Gansey. Head of Casanola up front, neutralized by Torito. Peroto's going to jump in there in the back seat. Here is Peroto trying to get around, and Paquito de Narvaez jumps in front on the offside, and the umpires right on top of the play whistle him for his efforts. So we'll see where they place the ball. Having a little discussion right there. And both umpires brought in by the Grand Champions Polo Club for the 2021 polo season. And might go to the third man on this play. And that's exactly what happened. And third man has confirmed penalty 4 in favor of Richard Mille. Richard Mille desperately needing this goal. We have 4 goals behind. So a 60-yard defended penalty shot. Players get to tee up the ball. Head of Casanola has scored from the 30-yard line 3 times today, but neither team scoring from the 60. Here is Heda. It's up, 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 and through for the first penalty 4 of the day. And Richard Mille narrowing that gap by 3 goals, answering the Santa Rita goals. So, Heda scoring on that penalty 4. Players come back to the center, lining up on Gaston Dorniak. Gaston looking for both players. Both teams get on their side. Head of Casanola takes a stab at it. Lola's going to come in there. So is Paquito. And Head of Casanola takes the ball out in front of both players. Head of Casanola using that magic stick work right there. Unable to control the bouncing ball. Paquito de Narvaez with a back shot. Deflected on Lolo Casanola. Lolo Casanola turns around to find the ball and standing over the ball in the right of way of Juan Martin Zubia. A whistle sounds. And I believe this one is going to be jogged on down to the 60-yard line where Richard Mille just finished a penalty 4, defended 60-yard penalty shot. So this gives a chance to go back up by 4, ahead by 3, Santa Rita 14, Richard Mille 11. So Juan Martin Zubia has been taking these penalty shots and carefully teeing up the ball. Would like to have a good shot, just like Rita Casanola just completed at the same end of the field. So here is Juan Martin Zubia, 8 goals at the 60-yard line. Rita Casanola puts it into the next county for a goal from the 60-yard line. Wow, what some penalty fours we are seeing right here, right now. Well, Juan Martin Zubia, that is. Penalty 4, 60-yard. And that is going to end Chucker number 5. Give them a hand as they go off right here with a tight ball game for the $100,000 World Cup by Audi, the finals at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Welcome back, everyone, to Chucker TV and the Grand Champions Polo Club for the 6th and final period of regulation play here in the finals of the $100,000 World Cup, the second high goal tournament of the Grand Champions Polo Club season, and the Founders Cup also underway with games tomorrow. But this is the finals. The $100,000 World Cup, teams can enter from 0 to 40 goals. 8 teams entered this year, single game elimination. So you've got to win it to stay in it, and that's exactly what these two teams have done here today. And Santa Rita, they must have had a great dinner last night because they're playing well today, and the ball's back in play, and here comes Juan Martin Zubia. Juan Martin Zubia sends a pass downfield, looking for a purple jersey. Torito Ruiz comes in to the offside and is whistled right there for his efforts. So it looks like Richard Mille might be the recipient of a penalty 5A from the spot. Going north to our left. Only 10 seconds into the chucker, and Rita Casanola brings the ball back in live play. Rita Casanola going right on by. He's got speed. Alejandro Novillo Estrada with a back shot, however, whistled on that play. The umpires didn't see a big enough gap on that play. So the umpires come together. We'll see what they decide. We'll see if Santa Rita wants to challenge that call. They do have a challenge left. And remember, the instant replay official, should this call be challenged, must have 100% evidence to overturn the umpire's decision. So once the whistle is blown and the play is announced, the teams have 15 seconds to initiate a challenge. So umpires conferring with the third man. And once we get that information, we will let you know. And the umpire's call will stand. That was not a challenge, just confirmation from the third man. So the foul is confirmed. And we'll see where they place the ball. at the 60, which has been very consistent with what they have done all day long and also tournament long. So head of Casanola carefully teeing up this ball. Need 4 goals to stay alive, tie up this game, and hold Santa Rita scoreless. In the last period, 2 goals scored by each team. However, nobody scoring here but head of Casanola slows down to a walk. Umpires and goal judge right there determine that ball is wide left. So a missed opportunity for the Richard Mille squad. So, anyhow, we are going to have, and that ball was so high. Now, I might remind you at this time for newcomers here new to the sport of polo that the entire ball must pass on the inner surfaces of the goalpost. Should any piece or portion of that ball pass over the top of the goalpost, then it is determined no goal. That is just the rules of polo. And, of course, the height of the ball can be as high as it can be, infinity for that matter, but must pass on the inner surfaces of the goalpost. So the umpires pulled the trigger right here. That ball was so high, unable to tell if that ball was on the inner surfaces of the goalpost. So they will use some footage from the end zone camera or the drone. So both of those plays inconclusive. So it's the umpire's decision. It's determined that it was out, and that's a good way to remember it. When in doubt, it's out. So I believe we have a technical right here. So instead of a knock-in, we will have a center field penalty 5B in favor of Santa Rita. So the ball dropped in the center, and Santa Rita, going into a little bit of a breeze, will tee up this ball, send it downfield. The time is on their side, 4 goals ahead. And Juan Martin Zubia at 8 goals. And just over Paquito de Narvaez up front, playing number 1 at 1 goal. Rito Ruiz playing number 2 at 7 goals. Alejandro Novillo Estrada at 8 goals. And this man in front of you hitting this shot, Juan Martin Zubia at 8 goals. Here is Zubia. Chooses to dribble. There's no defender within 50 yards, so he's got room to go. Now he's going to try and blow by Lolo Casanola. He's going too fast for Lolo to come in there and make a ride-off. Here is Perotto. And a whistle on the play, and Perotto did not get there early enough. So it looks like we will have an open goal penalty in favor of Santa Rita, who can now open that lead just a little bit longer. So Gaston Dorniak pick up the loose ball. Federico Martelli will go back behind the post, and from that last goal shot that we just saw, that's why they are back behind the post to help out the goal judge, because these balls will travel up to speeds of 120 miles an hour, and you have seen how high these shots can go. So Zubia off the field getting a pony. He's 30 yards from the goalpost, which is legal. So they're going to pass the torch right here, and Alejandro Novillo Estrada will take this shot. Estrada furthers that lead. So penalty for conversion by the Santa Rita team. And that clock ticking away with 6:16 left on the clock. Umpires bringing the players over a little bit closer to you, close and personal. And don't forget our trophy presentation following the final period of this game. Gaston Dorniak puts it back in. Mark Ganzi going to take it forward. Now he's got to get around Zubia. He's got no backup on that play. Ganzi takes it over to the right-hand side of the field. Can't control the loose ball. However, Zubia, he picks it up. being hooked by Jetta Casnola. However, he maintains possession. Zubia turning that ball back into the inside, chewing up valuable time with a 5-goal lead right here. Zubia is going to do a near side back shot, sending it over to Alejandro Novicio Estrada, and those two have been working well together today. Alejandro, it's deflected by Torito, sent back up to Alejandro, and Mark Ganzi, the first one back. Ganzi looking over his shoulder. Ganzi doing an open shot for Casnola, but Casnola didn't turn. Here is head of Casnola. Both of them take a swing at it out of the air. Estrada hits the next shot, but Peroto, this fella doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. Peroto still working with that loose ball. Peroto. Here comes Mark Ganzi, sends it back downfield along the boards, but only 2 purple jerseys back there. Estrada going to take it forward. Zubia going to ride off Peroto Cambiaso, allowing Estrada some time to bring that ball across the center of the field. As you can see, umpire has to get out of the way. Here comes Heda Casnola. Estrada's going to slow down, try and go in behind. But he puts it right past Heda's boot. Heda Casnola grabs the ball, headed towards goal. Look at Zubia going back. Now, Heda Casnola takes the... Oh, what a play, what a save, and we are going to have a whistle on the play for a safety. I do believe, and yep, that's what we got. And we'll probably have our courtesy horse change right here at this time. So the ball brought back out to the 60-yard line, where it went over the back line, but no more than 40 yards from the center of the field. Just like a corner kick in soccer, players allowed to tee the ball up, so this will be a slight angle to the Richard Mille team's right-hand side, and Heda Casnola has been taking these shots all day long. He would certainly like to make his mark right here, almost halfway through the 6th period. Castanola hits a line drive right on through the goal, and that's exactly what they needed. Heda Castanola's 8th goal of the day. 4 of them from the penalty line, 4 of them from the field. So narrowing that margin, Santa Rita still in control here halfway through the 6th. And here is Paquito de Nervais, told to leave it by Zubia. Zubia trying to get away from Lolo Castagnola. Zubia with the next shot down the field. However, Heda Casnola is going to be the first one to go back and pick up the ball. Heda Casnola turning it towards the outside of the field, towards the boards. Time is ticking away. Heda Casnola sees Mark Ganzi out all alone. However, he's hooked on the play, and Peroto follows him up. Torito Ruiz staying back with Peroto. Torito wins the play, taking the ball over into the corner. Now with a deep neck shot, still on the ball, taking it towards goal, and he's got Paquito out front. Paquito with a back shot towards goal. He gets a little piece of it. It's off to the left. Torito with a near side tail shot. Oh, just narrowly missing that left-hand post, and that would have been a heck of a shot should he be able to put it in there. Now, Heda Casnola brings the ball back in. Torito Ruiz behind the play. He's off sides, and Peroto sends one down the field, but Juan Martin Zubia coming for the loose ball. And Zubia sends it back down along the boards, and here is Lolo Castagnola. Torito didn't have a play. He's still off sides. Now he's fine, but Heda Castagnola still on the ball. Here's Heda. He's got to get around Zubia. They've been trying to battle each other all day, and Heda Casnola with a shot on goal, putting it on through. What a play, what stick work, what hand-eye coordination, and what a pony by Heda Casnola. He is a goal-scoring machine right here, and we will have our courtesy horse change right here. So the last courtesy horse change of regulation play with 2:22 on the clock. So 13-16, a 3-goal lead by the boys in purple. And once all players have returned, we will continue this 6th and possibly final chucker. So the $100,000 World Cup final, check to be presented here during the trophy presentation, and one team able to go to the bank tomorrow morning and do something with that check. $100,000 World Cup by Audi. So Mark Gansey, the last to return to the field on this pretty chestnut pony. And Gaston Dorniak will direct the players to line up, give them a clean line up, and puts the ball back in play on the ground. Head of Casnola brings it out the back door. Head of Casnola still on the play. Head of taking the ball downfield. He's got room to maneuver right here. Here comes Torito and Paquito behind. Heda unable to control the loose ball, but Lolo Casanola picks it up, sends it across the field. Torito comes in with a near side back shot. It's deflected off of Paquito's horse. Paquito sends it down the field, but Mark Gansey's going to go back and back the ball. Nice back shot by Gansey. However, Zubia read the play well and is going to pick up the ball. Time ticking away with 1:49 on the clock. Zubia chewing up time. Zubia with a nice back shot. Here is Torito Ruiz. Torito, can he get by Gansey? He sends a shot over towards the center of the field. Here is Torito. Gansey has different ideas of his own. It's going to be picked up by Lolo. Lolo sends it back over in towards the center. Lolo trying to navigate around Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Lolo still on the move. Paquito comes to break it up. It's deflected off a pony, and Estrada unable to control it. Lolo going to come back, unable to make a back shot here, and Torito on the near side. There is no near side right away. However, the whistle goes right here, and we'll see what the umpires call. So it looks like it's going to be a penalty 5A in favor of Richard Mille. And the umpires hadn't called play. That was not his first approach. And now Head of Casanola sends the ball back up looking for Father Lolo. However, Proto Cambiaso picks up the ball, taking it down the far boards. Alejandro Novillo Estrada on that great pony staying with him. Lolo's going to fall in behind, working the ball towards goal. Hooked by Paquito de Narvaez, no whistle. And here is Juan Martin Zubia turning the ball. Players getting a little fatigued out there, and it looks like we are going to have a goal for Richard Mille. And time is winding down, and that looks like Head of Castanola, and it looks like the players are shaking hands, calling it a day, and what a day it was. And we'd like to thank both teams for coming out, the players coming out. Stick around for our trophy presentation. We'd like to thank Gaston Dorniak and Federico Ferrari. And once the players have returned to their tents and gotten a breath of fresh air and a drink of water, the trophy stand will be right in front of us. We've got trophies. Grand Champions Polo Club, always 10 goals when it comes to trophies. So don't go away. Stay with us. We'll be back live on Chucker TV here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Welcome back to the Grand Champions Polo Club and Chucker TV, everyone. Thank you for sticking around for the trophy presentation. And we have the trophy presenters up on stage right now. And introducing from left to right, Samantha Harris, Alisa Mora, Taylor Lethrow, Alexandria Peru, and Rita Bally. Thank you all for coming and helping out with this trophy presentation. And, of course, the best playing polo pony for the American Polo Horse Association is a horse named by Millionera. Excuse me. This is Martina, owned and played by Juan Martin Zubia. He played her in the third period. What a beautiful chestnut mare she is. Very well. She gets that blanket. She's looking at that blanket. She wants it. She knows she earned it. How about a big hand for this pony? These ponies are a big part of the game and deserve as much credit as the players. So, she's not too shy of this crowd, and what a great job she did this afternoon. And beautiful pony. If we get her settled down and get a picture of her, right there. Beautiful pose, ears up. There's the picture right there. Martine's got to be proud of her. Juan Martin Zubia does own her, played by her. So we'll let her get back to her buddies at the trailers. Great job by her. The next pony is on its way here, but in the meantime, once again, we've got the trophy presenters up there for pictures. Samantha Harris, Alyssa Mora, Taylor Lethrow, Alexandria Peru, and Rita Bowley. Getting a hat and getting some selfies and pictures up there on the beautiful stage of the World Polo League and the Grand Champions Polo Club. And here is the Santa Rita team. How about a big hand for them, playing a whale of a game this afternoon, edging out Richard Mille by 16-13. And here comes the next best playing pony right here, played by Peroto Cambiaso in the third period of play, and her name is Millionera. So she is going to get a blanket of her own. The Grand Champions Polo Club best playing pony, played by Peroto Cambiaso, also in the third chucker. It's amazing, these two best playing ponies both played in the third period. So see if we can get her over in the center for some great pictures. Hopefully she'll put her ears up, look at the cameras. And what a beautiful pony she is. Ponies, 75 to 80% of the game. You can't hit the ball if you can't get to it. So these ponies doing a fantastic job of taking their owners and the players to the ball in ride-offs, in competition. Stop and turn on a dime and give you 9 cents change. So there's our two best playing ponies. And now is the Richard Mille team going to join us up on stage. There's Mark Gansey. Mark Gansey, Lolo Castagnola, Heda Castagnola, and Peroto Cambiaso. How about give both teams a big round of applause right there, guys? They put on a heck of a game for us this afternoon. The two top teams in the $100,000 World Cup by Audi. Richard Mille in black, Santa Rita in purple. So we will go through the runners-up first. Playing number one with one goal of the day, Mark Gansey. Playing number two with 9 goals of the day, Heda Castagnola. Playing number 3 with 1 goal of the day, rated at 6 goals. Playing the pivot quarterback position, Peroto Cambiaso. And closing the back door, the defensive man on the squad, Argentine Open winner, Hall of Famer at 6 goals, Lolo Castagnola. And that is the Richard Mille team right there. Now for the winners. And $25,000 richer apiece. Playing number 1 with 2 goals of the day, Paquito de Narvaez. And Paquito, you do get to kiss the pretty girls. Playing number 2. Playing number 2 with 5 goals of the day, Torito Ruiz with 3 goals on the day. Torito, 7-goal player. Playing number 3 and working well with Torito and 6 goals on the day, Alejandro Novillo Estrada at 8 goals. And what a game he had today as well. And got family with him up there too. And playing the defensive number 4 position with 6 goals on the day himself at 8 goals, Juan Martin Zubia. And today's most valuable player, the one and only Juan Martin Zubia, closing the back door. What a game he had today, working well with Torito, Paquito, and Alejandro. So Juan Martin Zubia taking home a blanket and an MVP plaque as well. So what a game, what a game. And let's pose for some pictures right here. And those are nice trophies. Grand champions, always doing a great job of trophies. We'll get the Gritty Girls off the stage. We'll see if we can get all 4 players in there to hold up the $100,000 World Cup trophy on center stage. And there you have it. Put a hand on the trophy, guys. You all deserve it. You all are a team. You made it happen. 8 teams in the tournament. Give them a round of applause. There you go. The 2021 $100,000 World Cup champions by Audi right here in front of us at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And, of course, the most important thing, there is that $100,000 check made out to the Santa Rita team. Right there in front. Put the trophy down. Hold the check. I wonder whose wallet they're going to fold up and put that into, but I don't know. So anyhow, there you have it. $100,000 World Cup Finals, and the champions right there in purple, Santa Rita Polo Farms 8-team tournament, and the victors right here in front of us here on stage. So there you have it. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you for tuning in on Chucker TV. Glad to have you. Don't forget, Polo all week on Chucker TV. And next Sunday, we'll be right back here for the finals of the Founders Cup, World Polo League's 26-goal tournament. But not to take away from Santa Rita. How about one more big round of applause for them? Some celebrating to do tonight for Santa Rita. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and thank you for joining us on Chucker TV. And on behalf of the Chucker TV family and the Grand Champions Polo Club, where we love the polo. So long for now.